Uh, all right. Um, this is just gonna be a video of me debating this no fugazi guy for the final time. Um, this was this took place before the whole expose stuff happened. um, I heard that he was a Donald Trump supporter, and I thought it was pretty interesting. So I wanted to kind of question him on that particular, and it kind of went sideways. But um, it was uploaded on another channel, taken down because I assume it was because of the whole expose stuff, and I'm uploading it on my channel just because I think it's funny. It's cool. It's fun. Whatever. Anyways, I mean that's pretty much it. Um, if any of you guys want some sort of critical analysis of the debate, I can do that. But I mean, like, if you want to call it a debate, it kind of went. Yeah, you'll see. Anyways, enjoy. See ya.
Right, let's get Antenna up here. Welcome to No Fugazi Podcast. Antenna the boy. You back, man. What is this, round 3?
Yeah, sure.
All right, what's up? Talk to me. What you got?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of confused about some of the things you said here. So you just kind
Got
of
you.
get into it, right? So before, I mean, I've seen a couple of your debates between somebody else and yourself, obviously. And in regards to where you say like you voted for Trump, right? And I voted for Harris. And now I'm trying to understand, like, I'm kind of confused by this, right? So when you say that you voted for Trump, when you were in those debates, some things that you said was that Trump is for, number one, he's for natalism, and number two, he's for like family. He's very family oriented, and natalism is involved in family. It's all about family, right?
Well, I would say that the Republican Party is more for encouraging families and life than the Democrats. That's what I would say.
And Trump is too, right? I mean, he's the
Well,
Republican
he's
Party.
the head of the Republican Party. Yeah.
So Trump is for natalism and family, right?
I would say overall, generally, the Republican Party, which includes Trump, is pro-natalism and pro-family, pro-life. Yeah.
Right. So I'm like confused by this. So when you say this, right, I don't see like how you could say this, right? So there's a couple of things, right? So when we talk about like Trump being like pro-natalist, pro-family, pro all this stuff, I don't see how you could say that when like the man has, number one, he's cheated on his wife before. That doesn't seem like a very like pro-family thing to do. He's sexualized little girls on like in 1992 on national TV. I literally looked at a little girl and said, "I'll be dating her in 10 years." I mean, you could say that he like is pro-natalism. I guess he wants us to have kids so he can sexualize them more. I don't know. He sexualized his daughter on live TV and on magazines multiple times. He was held what do you call it? He was held civilly liable for sexual assault, had to pay Jean Carroll $88 million in damages, or like past that. And then, he also settled in court for not renting to black people. So I guess that you could say that he cares about family, but not black families. I guess he didn't want to rent to them. I don't know. So I don't see how you can say that like he's like for a family or whatever. I don't get that.
All right. So your argument against Trump when it comes to being pro-natalism is that he cheated on his wife and that he sexualized women. That's your argument?
That's not my complete argument. I said like five things.
Well, if we sum it up, that's what you said.
He was held sexually liable for rape for Jean Carroll. He had to pay $88 million in damages, number one. Number two, he settled in court for not renting to black people, right? Number three, he cheated on his wife. Number four, he sexualized his daughter. Number five, he sexualized a little girl on TV. And then there's also policy stuff or whatever that also doesn't really show that he's for families or for natalism or whatever. So I don't really see how you could say that he's family oriented or he's for having kids and childbearing and stuff like that when he's done these things.
Yeah. All right. And cool. I mean, that's pretty much what I stated, you just stated back. You just included grape in there, and you included the case that he had to pay money for. Okay, cool. So, in regards to why you think that, the points that you brung up of why he isn't pro-life or pro-natal, let's say pro-natalism, that's nonsensical. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that Martin Luther King is pro-life?
I don't know.
No?
In regards, you mean in regards to abortion? I don't know. I don't know if he's pro-life.
Cool. Okay. Do you think that Martin Luther King was pro-family?
Okay. Oh, man. Okay.
Answer the question, man.
I'm going to answer the question, but
don't
I'm going to tell you.
Don't obfuscate off it. Just answer it, yes or no.
I'm going to answer your question. I'm going to tell you the problem with the question. The problem is when you
answer it first, then tell me the problem.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do both. So number one, I don't know. And number two, the issue here is that when you do these debates, you speak about these vague overarching concepts. Do you support natalism? Having kids, sure, in the grand scheme of like keeping the human species together, sure, but do I believe every single person in America should have kids? Obviously not. There are some people who shouldn't have kids. There's some people who don't even deserve to have kids. And then there's number two, like, do you think that Martin Luther King was like he was family oriented? I mean, in the sense that everybody else is family oriented, everybody else is family. Sure, your problem is like you're conflating these vague concepts to be like micro and it doesn't make sense.
Okay, Antenna, calm down.
I'm perfectly calm, bro.
All right, so let me get a direct answer. Do you think that Martin Luther King was, because I'm trying to test your logic, right? All this says you made a claim. Well, you asked me a question. I made my claim. I said that, I think Trump and the Republican Party are more pro-life and pro-natalism and pro-encouraging families over the Democrats.
How?
You're saying that
I said how.
Got it. We're going to get to that. You said that you stated your argument on why you think he's not, right?
Yeah, you just asked me questions. I need to ask how. Like tell me how.
Okay, well, I didn't even give you my how yet. It's your argument. You need to back up yours real quick. I got it, but you need to back up yours. So I'm asking you questions, right? With that being said,
that's my argument. Answer how. Like why answer
but you still ask listen, bro, you asked me a question first, and I answered your question, right?
Wait, where did you answer my question?
Well, you stated, do I think that Trump is pro-natalism?
That's not my question.
That was your question.
How could you believe that Trump is for family when he did this, and this? You've asked me questions. You have yet to answer this question.
Got you.
Answer it. Let's hear the answer.
No, we were clearing up our stances, but you still asked me a question, and I said yes to those things.
Well,
now you're asking me another question, but let's just bring it up.
How? Not a yes or no.
Antenna, real quick. Answer this. Do you think Martin Luther King was a family man?
When you say family man, what does that mean?
Okay, a family man, someone that has.
Yes,
okay. Do you think Trump is a family man? Yes or no?
To me, I don't think that he's like a family man in the how.
Okay, got it. So stop it right there, Antenna. You made some claims. You said that he's not a family man because he cheated on his wife. Guess what? Martin Luther King cheated on his wife. You get it? But you still think he's a family man. No, you think he's a family man. You do. So with that being said, how can you think that Martin Luther King is a family man? Because Martin Luther King was cheating all the time on his wife. Trump was doing the same thing.
Okay. Coolly, here's the problem. When you say family man, this is just a vague concept, okay? When we say family man, how I define a family man is somebody who, in regards to family, they're in favor of like being close or close knit to your family or whatever, and not like actively working against it to destruct it or whatever, right? And care about other people being families or whatever.
Okay, cool. Got it. Cool. So I'll answer your question from before then, right?
Holy crap. Finally. Okay.
Finally. You had to answer some of my questions. Answer one of my questions because you made a claim. So one, let's differentiate the two. I made a claim that, I believe that, the Republican Party and Trump is pro-natalist and they're pro-natalist and they encourage families and they're pro-life more than the Democratic Party. The reason being is because let's look at this, the map of termination of unborn children, right? So in that map, the Republican states have the lowest number. It's the lowest week, right? It's 6 weeks. Most of the Republican states is either 6 weeks. I think the max, it may go to like 18 weeks, but normally it's 6 weeks. And that's when the heartbeat, in 6 weeks, that's when the heartbeats starts. So if you try to terminate your unborn children at that time, the majority of the Republican states, they say, no, you can't do it. That's a life. It's a heartbeat, right? That's where they deem life at. The Democratic Party, you got New Jersey, you got other states, they have no limit, meaning that you can terminate your unborn child anytime, way past. You got 34 weeks. A woman terminated her unborn child. Like, when was this? Last month? So when we looking at it, versus, if we're speaking about pro-natalism versus anti-natalism, chat, this is people that's pro-family, pro-life versus people that's not pro-family and they're pro-death, right? So the Republican Party, generally speaking, the Republican Party, they stand for life. The Republican Party are conservatives. They stand for conserving family values. So what are you talking about? Harris, she doesn't even have any kids of her own. What are you talking about, bro?
Okay. So when do you believe a life begins? Do you believe that life begins at fertilization?
I'll go with the Republic for this argument. I believe for this argument, I would just say, let's go with the Republican stance on it. So let's say 6 weeks.
Okay, you're wrong.
It doesn't matter. Let's go with 6 weeks because that's what they go with, okay?
Okay, but they're wrong, though.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. What's your point?
The point is that life scientifically begins at fertilization and conception. So if Republicans are for terminating life.
Thank you.
Hold on, stop. I let you talk. Let me talk. If the
Got it. Go ahead. Make your point.
Like you said, are for terminating babies, as long as it's like before the heartbeat, it doesn't matter. They're still pro-choice.
Yeah, you're still 100% incorrect on my presupposition and my point. I said that you're mixing things up. I said that the Republican Party and Trump are more pro-life and pro-natalism than the Democratic Party.
They believe
not
in killing
overall.
Babies. How? They believe in killing babies. Life
bro, what are you talking about? The Democratic Party, they have no terms in most of the states, meaning that they allow women to terminate the unborn child limitless. It could be any time. The baby could about to be due, and they're like, okay, well, let's just go ahead and, let this go.
Cooley, it doesn't matter how old the child is. Murder is murder, dude. You even believe this. You believe in the Bible. Murder is murder. So
that isn't once again, that isn't my point. You're moving the goalposts off my point. I never said that. No, wrong. Listen.
Yes.
Antenna.
They're both pro-choice.
Antenna.
Hold on, Cooley.
You're talking just to talk. No, stop. You're moving away from my presupposition, Antenna.
You can't just say that they're
Antenna, I'm going to have to mute you because you're moving you're obfuscating off of the point. You're obfuscating, you're going off of the point, bro. So let's just make it very simple and clear. My whole presupposition is that the Republican Party is more pro-natalist and pro-family than the Democratic Party. It isn't overall. Now, for me and my beliefs, I told you I'm not going to give you my beliefs. Let's just go with what the Republican Party is. You're going off topic, bro.
Okay, so
you're going off topic.
Hold on, all right.
Okay, so now I got a question for you real quick, right?
Hold on, no.
So you said something. No. Real quick, I got a question for you, Antenna. Stop it, Antenna.
He won't let me respond to his argument. He won't let me respond
Wait, what?
Because he knows I can
what argument? No, it wasn't debunk. You're moving the goalposts, Antenna. So let's get some questions out real quick. So you said some things in your claim. You said that, well, a man that cheats. Antenna, listen, bro. Just listen, man. Listen, I got a question for you.
Respond to your argument. In order for us to have a debate, you have to let me respond. I can debunk
Antenna,
your point.
you already argued it, bro. And it didn't make sense. Your argument was that
you just said.
Antenna, you've already responded, and I proved that you were moving away from the point, Antenna. We do this all the time, bro. It's your third time on.
Respond to your point. Let me respond. Okay.
I got a question for you. No, I got a question for you. So you said that.
Cooley, you can't just.
I'm gonna mute you, bro. I'll mute you. Listen. So pay attention, man, because the audience is like, "What the heck is going on?" This kid keeps talking. Pay attention to the rules, right? And I'll sum it up of what just happened to you real quick, because I don't think you understand. You're all over the place. Your thinking is very tangential. You can't think linear, right? So when you came on and you started speaking, I made my points clear. I said that the Republican Party, you said something. Well, when I watch your old videos, you speak about pronatalism versus antinatalism. I said, yeah. I think that, the Republican Party is more pronatalism, more pro-family and pronatalism than the Democratic Party. You then asked me some questions and you said, well, your beliefs and stuff like this. I said, well, I'm not going to speak about my beliefs, but let's just go with what the Republican Party is. And I said that, well, termination of unborn children, their limit usually starts at 6 weeks. There's a few Republican states where it's a little bit over 6 weeks, right? So then I said, if we put that up against the Democratic Party, where a lot of states is limitless, they have no limits for terminating unborn children. And then many states is 24 weeks, right? So with that being said, if we're comparing the two, we know that, well, this party, their belief is life starts with the heartbeat. You try to say, well, that's wrong. I said, oh, it doesn't matter if that's wrong. We're going with what they stand for, what their values are. They think that life starts with the heartbeat. And that's my claim. So you're trying to move the goalpost off of something else. No, bro, you're wrong. Then you made some other points about Martin Luther King. I mean, not about Martin Luther King, about, Trump cheating on his wife and sexualizing kids. All of those points are unvoid because you've just admitted that you thought that Martin Luther King was a family man. Meanwhile, he cheated on his wife many times. So how isn't Trump a family man if he cheated on his wife or not? So, yeah, bro, you're looking silly right now. So I'm going to ask you some more questions about your point. And then I'm going to let you ask a question too. Okay? Cool. You're unmuted now, bro.
Okay,
so look.
Can I respond to what you just said?
No, bro, I summed it up for the chat because you kept talking. I got a question for you.
Cooley, you have to let me respond to what you just said.
I got a question for you. Okay, with what I just said, I got it to you. I'll let you respond to this. With everything I just said, got it. With everything I just said, do you agree to it?
He believes that murder is murder. He's a Christian, so it's contradictory. It doesn't make any sense. You can't just say, "Oh,
yeah, bro, you're talking just to talk right now."
Because they support murdering a younger
Let's
kid.
not.
It doesn't matter if it's
use different words, Antenna.
That's number one. Number two, I never said that Martin Luther King was a family man, and also
you did in your rebuttal. You said it. Yes, you said it.
I misspoke, but I verbatim said that cheating on your wife doesn't make you a family man. So it would even if he did, it would just contradict. So again, you just throw out that.
No, but what I'm telling you is you contradicted yourself, Antenna.
Let's say again, Cooley, murder is murder. You can't say that the Republican Party is for natalism if they literally support murdering children as long as it's past the heartbeat.
You can't listen. So, Antenna.
All right, so yeah,
Antenna, you still speaking false information. I said that the Republican Party is more pro-natalism and pro-family than the Democratic Party. Can you prove that part wrong? That's my question for you, okay? You're unmuted now.
Yes,
go ahead.
I can prove this wrong because, again, so regardless of what the Republicans say, we live in the real world where we can scientifically analyze where these things, like what occurs here. So regardless of what Cooley says, he actually believes this. He's just being disingenuous, which is fine. I get it. It makes sense. He has to be, right? So the thing is that the Republican
You're incorrect, Antenna.
Republican Party says,
but go ahead.
Regardless of whatever what he says, the human life does not start at the heartbeat. He knows this, right? The problem is the human life begins at fertilization, conception. There is a multitude of scientific research that shows this. So you can't say that one part. You're shaking your head like I'm right.
No, you didn't prove my point.
You can't say
You're moving away from the goalpost, Antenna.
okay, Cooley, you can't say that.
Prove what I said is wrong.
I'm trying to tell you, you can't say that one party is more in support of having children because they support murdering a child at an earlier point in life than later. It's murder is murder. You can't say murder is okay because it happens earlier in life. That makes no sense.
Earlier in life, got you. So your point, that I get your point, but once again, my presupposition is in regards to the states and how they currently have it right now. Like termination of unborn children is fully legal, meaning that it's fully legal in the Republican states. They have the lowest weeks where you can get it done, which is 6 weeks, right? So overall America, right? Overall America, I would agree with you. We've had these discussions before. I would agree with you that
Thank you, Sean, I know.
But that doesn't prove the point that I made incorrect. That doesn't prove the point that I made in regards to the Republican Party. Once again, Antenna, listen, once again,
the Democratic because I believe murdering children.
The Democratic Party is pro LGBTQ plus, Antenna. So this is fully against life. So now we're going to add more stuff into it, Antenna. Right? So we're speaking about pronatalism. Right, Antenna, you're not listening. I got to mute you, bro. I got to mute you. You got to listen. You going to listen, bro? I'm going to have to bring someone else up if you're not going to listen, man. Let me know when you're done giggling. All right, cool. So stop talking.
It's just ridiculous because you know it's wrong. You don't even believe this.
Antenna, you're 100% wrong. Antenna, are you LGBTQ plus?
You actually believe.
Are you LGBTQ plus, Antenna?
No.
Are you?
No.
Wait, okay, so you're not gay. Do you support LGBTQ plus?
Being on his wife, held sexually liable for
Do you support? Okay, you still talking. I gotta mute you, bro. All right, cool. So once again, Antenna, if we're looking at it overall, just like Clay said, Clay stated out all the facts in the beginning too. The Democratic Party is pro LGBTQ plus. That is fully against life. You can't bring life into the world. So they're anti-natalism. So when it comes to relationships, they're fully against relationships. Like they're like, well, a man and a man can be married. A woman and a woman can be married. A transgender, a person that believes that, he's male XY chromosome, but he believes that he's a girl. Sure, you're a girl. So they even affirm the delusion. So when we're speaking about it in totality and we're speaking about the terms, meaning 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 16 weeks, 24 weeks, 32 weeks, 34 weeks, the full term of the pregnancy, the Republican Party has the lowest term at 6 weeks. So if we're comparing the two, you're moving the goalposts of the point that I'm stating. If we're comparing the two, I would say, and even you know, that the Republican Party is more pro-natalism than the Democratic Party. They're not pro-LGBTQ plus and all of these things. They're just not. They think that's nonsense. Okay, Antenna? So what are you speaking about,
bro?
That's
your point. I'm for natalism and you're not because I support murdering children prior to the heartbeat and you support murdering children after.
No, you're incorrect, Antenna, 100%. You support LGBTQ plus, Antenna. You can't even get to a baby. Antenna, with your background and your worldview, people can't even get to having a baby or a true relationship where they can procreate because you believe in male on male sex. That's what you believe in, and that's what you want to promote. So your party, the Democratic Party, and people with your worldview is totally anti-natalism. Like, what are you speaking about, Antenna? You got to come up with some better points, man. For real. And then you also got to active listen because the claims that I made was specifically about the Republican Party and the terms and comparing the two. You tried to obfuscate off the point and say, well, none of them are pro-natalism. We're talking about who's more pro-natalism. Okay, You're unmuted now, bro. Yeah, so do you have a question? Because I got a question for you, actually.
Yeah, I think I've addressed enough. Can you address my other things I said? Sexualizing his daughter, sexualizing a little girl, held civilly liable for sexual assault. None of his policies actually support family.
I'll address all of those. You ready? Let me know when you're ready.
Not renting to black people.
Got it. Let me know when you're ready, Antenna. You speak a whole lot, man. I'm gonna have to get you off if you don't shut up, bro. And listen, you gotta be order. If you want
to run away, that's fine. If you want to run, it's fine.
No one's running, man. It has to be order.
I understand why you want to kick me off. Democratic you're bodied right now. It's fine.
This guy said body. The Democratic Party. You're speaking about all of these things that Trump does, right? The Democratic Party. No. The Democratic Party. We're speaking about both of them. We're comparing the two.
I'm speaking about Trump.
That was. No, that was. That's the entire argument. No, that's the entire argument. Okay, so you got to be muted again. So once again, Antenna, we're speaking about all of it. So we are comparing the two. We are comparing the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. We're comparing the two. So since we're comparing the two, you're talking about Trump sexualizing women and stuff like that. Antenna, do you sexualize women?
I need you to answer my question.
You allow women to step on you, Antenna. You get stepped on.
How does Trump support family? How
Antenna, you get stepped on by women.
He was held sexually liable.
No, Antenna, don't run from this. You get stepped on by women. You allow women to step on you, and you get a high off of it, Antenna.
He's talking about me personally in the Democratic Party. Address what I said, Cooley.
But you're for the Democratic Party.
Cooley,
and that Democratic Party is for sexual liberation.
He was held sexually
Time out.
For sexual
the
assault.
Entire Democratic Party. The entire Dem Party is about sexual liberation.
See how he's not addressing what I'm saying, Chad? This is crazy.
Cooley, no, it is. Antenna, explain that to me. You're just talking to talk, bro. You're just talking to talk. I've already answered your question. You got bodied about the Martin Luther King thing. No, bro, you got bodied, man. You got to come up with some better points, man. But I'll have you back on. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to bring up some more people. I'll have you back on. If you can come up with some better points. You guys are listening to. If you come up with some better points, I'll have you back on. This guy doesn't listen. He moves the goalposts off. I mean, he allows women. He doesn't understand these concepts and basic logic because, I mean, he allows women to step on him. Truthfully, go to his Instagram. It's called the boy that gets stepped on. He literally goes to these like Marvel Comic-Con parties and he sits down and he allows women to get stepped on and he gets pleasure off of it. And he's talking about, Donald Trump sexualizing women. Bro. I mean, it's crazy. All right, let's bring up some people. We got a lot of people in here.
All that